Good morning, students. In the previous video session, we have discussed the types of equilibrium and couple. And today's video session, we are going to discuss a topic which is called the principle of moment. Principle of momenta. So listen here. Assume that you can take the same example, which is what playing in a seesaw. Assume that you are sitting one end of the seesaw and your friend is sitting another end of the seesaw. Now your weight is, so listen here, principle of moment. Your friend and you are sitting on a seesaw. Here your friend, here you. So you are applying a force of 100 Newton and your friend is applying a force of 50 Newton. Now what will happen? You can see that both are at 10 meter distance. 10 meter distance. Now if you are finding the torque, you will get 100 into 10, 1000 Newton meter this side and that side 500 Newton meter. Now what you are doing means, you are asking your friend to adjust the distance. So what will happen means, your friend moves the distance from here to here of say 5 meters. 5 meters distance, your friend is sitting with a force of 100 Newton. Now what will happen? Now the torque you will get 100 into 5, that is equal to 500 Newton meter the same. Now you can see that the seesaw is balanced. This is what sometimes you can see. Two kids are sitting in the seesaw. Sometimes you can see one side will go up. But when you are adjusting the distance, you can see both are balanced. Then you can see constantly it is moving. So this is what we are saying, principle of moment. Principle of moment. So you can see we are using a formula F1 D1 equal to F2 D2. That is what this is F1, this is D1, this is F2 and this is D2. So F1 D1 is equal to F2 D2. So this side you got 500 Newton, that side also you got 500 means then the condition for principle of moment is what? Same. That means the moment which is in one direction should be equal to another direction. The torque producing one side which will be equal to the torque another side. So the net torque will be what? 0 you will get. That is what the principle of moment F1 D1 is equal to F2 D2. From this formula you can rewrite and write F1 by F2 equal to D2 by D1. Both the formula you can use for principle of moment. F1 is equal to F2, or you can write F1 divided by F2 is equal to D2 divided by D1. This is what the principle of moment. Just to go through that this formula you have to learn. And the next concept is center of gravity. Center of gravity. So when you are going through this center of gravity, assume that there is a rigid body. What a rigid body? A rigid body like this. A body. So any rigid body Rigid body means which is made up of water, several point masses. In these many point masses are there in this point mass. So from all these point masses, there is a downward force which is acting due to it is on our earth. This rigid body is not same as our earth size. It is comparatively very small when it is in the earth. So what will happen means from all these point masses there is a downward force, a force which is acting downward. You know that what force? Gravitational force. So the force which is acting downward and the net force acting at a point where the point we are saying center of gravity. You see here, everywhere the downward force is acting and the net force will act at a point, that point we are saying center of gravity. The point at which where the whole weight is acting at a point, that is what a center of gravity. So center of gravity definition is given in the page number 231. Center of gravity of a body is a point at which the entire weight of the body is acting irrespective of position and orientation of the body. Based on the body, on position, what are? Where the whole mass, whole weight is acting. Assume that this is a rigid body. Just assume that this is a rigid body. And you know this rigid body is made up of a point mass, many point masses. From all these point masses, downward force, here downward force is acting. And one point, what are? The whole weight you can balance at one point. You know, sometimes our friends will play by keeping the finger on this book, no? Like this. And they will start to turn also. And this is what I can say the center of gravity of this rigid body where the whole weight is acting at a point. This is a point where the whole weight is acting. So this is what we are saying, center of gravity. And there are two ways you can find out the center of gravity of this rigid body. The first one is trial and error method. Trial and error method means what? Just you have to take the rigid body and place your finger at a different position. And where this net force is acting, that point what? The object start to balance. So this is one method. And the second method is, this is what we are doing. Sometimes when you are playing this game in the classroom and all, what sometimes you know kids will turn the book by balancing at one finger. It is happening. It is due to what? The center of gravity. Sometimes you can see they will place their finger, they will move their finger under the book to find out the point where the whole weight is acting. Once the book is balanced on their finger, that point is the center of gravity of that book. So they can able to keep their book on their finger. This is what about the center of gravity. And this method is what we are saying, trial and error method. And another method is, you can find out the center of gravity of any rigid body in this method. The second method, you see, first assume that this is a rigid body. You want to find out the center of gravity of this rigid body. For that, first make 3 holes at a different position, 3 or 4 holes. It is your wish. So 3 holes make P, Q, R. Okay, P, Q, R. make 3 holes and what are? This lamina you can place it on a vertical wall with a nail. And using a plumb line and weight, you can hang on that nail like this nail. You are placing it from one hole, and this plumb line will be like this. And one weight also you have to hang at the end of this plumb line. You can see what are. There will be a line which we will get like this. And you have to repeat the same procedure from other 2 hole Q and R also. Finally, you can see one point you will get where all the mass is acting, all the weight the net force is acting. This is what another method. I think you have find this method while you are studying in the grade 10 and all, finding the center of gravity of a lamina by using this method. So if you don't know, just listen. Just take any shape. You also can do in your home. Take this as an activity and you can practice this in home. Just take a board and cut it in different shape. Then what? Make 3 holes at a faraway position and mark it as PQR and put a nail on a wall. Then hang this lamina on put the lamina on this nail. Then take a line, plumb line or thread or anything you can take. At the end you can tie a weight. Just tie it from the point P. You can see you will get a line. Draw that line. Repeat the same from the hole Q and the R. So how many holes you are making? From all the holes you can draw this line. Where all these points meet at a point, that is the center of gravity means. That is what the center of gravity means. The point at which where the whole weight is acting at a point. That is what the center of gravity. Page number 230 on this experiment and with the diagram is there. You can just go through that. Sometimes 3 mark question they will ask any experiment. Next one is bending of cyclist in curves. Okay, this is a derivation, important, very important question in this unit. So bending of cyclist, in curves. Bending of cyclists in curves. So bending of cyclists in curve means we have learned about the banking on track. What will happen when a vehicle move on a circular road and how much speed they have to apply. We have found out the formulas. Here, bending of cyclists in curves. When a cyclist moves in a curve, how much angle he has to turn. That is what we are finding. The angle which has to be used to turn in the curves. One formula we are finding. For that, you can use these 2 diagrams. This diagram you can see in the page number 232 with the cyclist this diagram. Okay, we need this diagram also, and the next page 233. In this diagram, first you can take assume that a cyclist which is moving on a circular oval road. We can negotiate this banking track. Okay, don't consider that the banking track here. Just assume that consider a cyclist moves on a curve or circular oval road. So during this time, you can see that when he turns, you can consider the cyclist and the cycle. Cyclist and the cycle, you can consider as one system, that is what based on its mass, and the center of gravity which is acting at the point C, center of gravity, and here what mg is there. So due to this center of gravity, from this center of gravity it goes a circular motion like this. Center of gravity, here gravitational force which is acting downward, and you know this gravitational force can provide a centrifugal force. So here this gravitational force provides a centrifugal force, a pseudo force which goes circular motion. The centrifugal force mv square by r, a pseudo force you can tell a centrifugal force mv square by r is acting, and here this center of gravity goes circular motion at this point. And you can see this line OC which is in the x-axis, and there is a vertical line you can see which is passing through this O, that is z-axis. Now we can consider the forces acting on this. What are the forces acting on this? This is a normal force which is acting upward, normal force. And when the cyclist bend, you can see there is a frictional force F is acting, and the gravitational force mg which is acting downward, it provides a centrifugal force mv square by r, and it goes circular motion. So what are the four forces acting here? Upward normal force, downward gravitational force mg, frictional force F, and what are centrifugal force mv square by r. So for rotational equilibrium, you can look at through the rotating frame. So for rotational equilibrium, net torque is 0. Net torque is what? From the view of this rotating frame, you can write this rotational frame. For rotational frame, net torque is 0. So you have to find out the net torque. Here the torque is provided by two forces, mg, and this centrifugal force mv square by r. So mg and this centrifugal force mv square by r. Now you can find out the torque. mg's force is acting downward, and mv square by r is this direction. So mg is acting downward, its distance is what? This one, because it is moving in clockwise direction. So you can write this minus mg ab, minus mg ab. F into d, torque formula you know, F into d. mg is the force F and distance is AB. So torque formula is F into D. So here mg is the force and the distance is AB. That is what we are taking. And here minus symbol is there. It is due to opposite direction, because this mg which is acting downward, and here the torque producing is clockwise direction. And here another force mv square by r is there, it producing a torque in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. So you can write this mv square by r bc. This is a force. So mg ab. Another torque is what? Another torque is provided by mv square by r. So the force is mv square by r, and the distance is what? Distance is this distance. This is a force and this distance. So distance is BC. Now you can find the net torque. What is the net torque? Minus mg AB plus mv square by r bc equal to 0. So we have found the torque separately F into D formula. Torque is equal to F into D formula, and first one is the force provided by mg, distance AB, and here the force, centrifugal force mv square by r, and the distance is bc. Here the net torque. Now we can take off mv square by r bc equal to mg AB. Rearrange and write down mg AB equal to mv square by r bc. This is equation 1. This is equation 1. Now we have to find out AB and BC from triangle ABC. From this triangle ABC, you have to find out the value for AB and BC. First, AB you can find out the theta. You take theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So what theta this is? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Sin theta you take. What is opposite side? Sin theta opposite side is AB. Hypotenuse is AC. This is hypotenuse AC. This is opposite side AB. So you can write AC sin theta equal to AB. So AB equal to what? AC sin theta. This is equation number 2. So we have got AB. Now find out BC. For that you take cos theta. The same triangle ABC, cos theta you take. Cos theta formula is what? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Here adjacent side is what? BC. So BC by AC. So AC cos theta is equal to what? BC. BC equal to AC cos theta. This is equation number 3. Understand how you got the AB value and BC value? First you have to take sin theta from triangle ABC, then you have to take what? Cos theta from triangle ABC. Now substitute equation 2 and 3 in equation 1. So what we will get? This is equation 1. mg instead of AB what? AB is equal to AC sin theta equal to mv square by r BC. BC value is what? AC cos theta. Now AC cancel, m cancel. So G sin theta equal to V square by R cos theta. Now take this cos theta this side, sin theta by cos theta equal to V square by RG. What is sin theta by cos theta? Tan theta. So tan theta equal to V square by RG. Theta equal to what now? This tan will go that side, so it will change as tan inverse. Tan inverse of V square by RG. This is the formula to find out the angle for the cyclist to bend on curves. So listen here. First you can write the story. What story? Consider a cyclist which moves on a circular level road and here. Cyclist and the cycle considering as what? One system, and the center of gravity C, which goes circular motion, and OC, a line OC, x-axis, and vertical line, what are z-axis. Now a pseudo force, assume a pseudo force. The pseudo force is given provided by what? This gravitational force, that you keep it in mind, and this pseudo force is what? mv square by r. Now there are four forces acting here. What are the four forces? Normal force, frictional force, then what are centrifugal force and gravitational force. Now you can tell this for rotational equilibrium what net torque is 0. So find out the net torque by using the formula F into D. So what will get mgab. mgab, how you got F into D? Force is mg, distance is ab. Now the same mv square by bc, force is mv square by bc, distance is bc. And one is in clockwise and another one is anti-clockwise, so we are using the minus. Then net torque is equal to 0. We are taking, then what are changing, rearranging, and we are getting equation 1. Then you have to find out AB, BC values. For that we are considering taking the triangle ABC. You know this sin theta hypotenuse, opposite side by hypotenuse, so we will get AB. AB equal to what? AC sin theta. Now cos theta you take, you know adjacent side by hypotenuse, and we go to what? BC. BC equal to AC cos theta. Now we have to do substitution. Equation 2 and 3 you have to put it in equation 1. So instead of AB, AC cos theta, instead of BC what? AC cos theta. So AC cancel, cancel, remaining what? G sin theta, B square by R cos theta, sin theta by cos theta what? Tan theta. So tan theta equal to E square by RG, and you can, if you know the speed and the radius, distance, then what? Gravitational value you can find easily. The angle value which we can tan on that. So radius value, gravitational value, and the speed value you have to know. So you can find the angle which you bend on the curves. So my dear students, it is one of the very important question, and the definition for center of gravity is important 2-mark question, and principle of moment F1 d1 equal to F2 d2. Learn that formula, center of gravity definition, this derivation, bending on cycling sin curve. It is very important 5-mark question. Mark it, practice it, and learn it. This is your homework. Thank you all. Bye bye. See you all.